Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Ethernet Community Wrestling Presents United Through Wrestling. My name is Andrew Smith, and I am so excited to be bringing back my baby, my created dream that I've been working on since April of last year, 2020. Just a little bit of an update before we get started. Today is the 15th of the 11th month, November of 2021. We had to take a little over 6 month, almost 7 month hiatus of this channel, of running weekly shows, of running the pay-per-views and all that kind of stuff, because it hasn't been really a major secret that I've been having some issues with health, both mentally and physically, over the past couple years. Not even just in the past year, a couple years now. And that took a toll on me. I had quite a lot of issues going on, and instead of just quitting, instead of just dropping everything, taking down the channel and all that kind of stuff, I just kind of told my wife, I'm married now, we talked about it, and I just said, I'm just going to put it on the shelf until I'm fully capable of being able to be here every single week with you guys. And now until the end, or the beginning of January, actually, I will be with you a lot. We have a crap ton of shows to get through until January 2nd, I believe, which is going to be the hopefully live end of year extravaganza, all of the different stuff we did this last year, with the awards and all that kind of stuff. Hoping to be able to get all of that done. We still got a month and a half left of the year for me to get, what would it be, 8 or 9 months worth of content through. And so today, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the May 6th edition of United Through Wrestling. As you can see, everything has changed a little bit. Don't worry, my big head is not going to be taking up the entire screen for too much longer. We do have some really cool stuff to show you guys today. Got the season 2 logo. Everything's in reverse for me. Season 2 logo's up. Got the really cool scroll at the bottom to show you guys all of the different stuff you guys can do to support the channel. And on top of all of that stuff, don't forget that we still have the 2021 pay-per-view lineup shirts that you can still get. They are upon request, so you would have to contact me privately or any way you want on social media, or if you have my phone number, just text me. But perfect for anybody that for some reason or another actually cares about this channel as much as I do. I have the shirt. I should be wearing it right now, but I'm not that smart. But possibly maybe during one of the matches I can run, go grab it, put it on, and show it off. So without a further ado, we are going to get into our very first matchup of the year. It is, or of the past 7 months almost. It is Sephiroth versus Donkey Kong in the heavyweight tournament first round, I believe. Let me just double check that. Yes, first round of the. We only have 2 matches left in the tournament. Actually, what I'm going to do real quick before we do actually officially start, I'm going to run down what has happened in the tournament so far. If you weren't with us earlier this year, we had the lightweight tournament, and my Wi-Fi is awful right now, so bear with me as all of this laggy stuff goes on. Actually, unfortunately, this was supposed to be live on Twitch tonight on the 15th of November, Monday. I put a big thing on the internet saying, hey, come watch on Twitch, it's going to be live. Unfortunately, it's not, because my internet is terrible. Alex won the very first lightweight division tournament, the official very first lightweight tournament, beating out Little Mac, who took 2nd place, and then Isabel beat Yoshi for 3rd place in that tournament. What I planned on doing was, no matter where they were in the rankings, having the winners of the tournament face the champion at the time in at the next pay-per-view, and if they are not the #1 contender at that time when they would be facing, it would become a triple threat. It would be champion, #1 contender, and tournament winner. Now, there are some popular shows that I watch where they will have an end-of-year pay-per-view where all of the champions face all of the tournament winners, and that may be something that I do in the future, but because everything is so jumbled up right now, I'm not going to put the time and effort into that right now. So that might be something that happens next year, so stay tuned. But now, let me get into the tournament for the heavyweights. We had Byleth, Terry, K-Rule, and DDD, who were all former or current champions, got a bye in the first round. Second round, today we're going to be getting Byleth and Ike, Terry and Chrome, K-Rule, Bowser Jr., and then this Sephiroth versus King Kong, Donkey Kong, who is going to be the very first match, obviously. And then later on, we're going to get the last first round match, which is going to be Dark Samus versus Simon. So, without a further ado, again, we are going to pass it over to our whatever, this thingy. I'm very official, guys. Bear with me. So let's swoosh on over there, shall we? Now, you obviously are going to be able to hear my voice. Unfortunately, because I don't have any way to preview this, this is going to be kind of a dry run of this unfortunately, this entire first United Through Wrestling tonight. So, unfortunately, if something goes wrong, I'm not going to know about it, because usually I will I will go on streaming, I'll go on Twitch live and check that everything is good before I go live, I should say, officially go live, or start recording in general. So today it's just start recording, and because unfortunately I didn't have the time to be able to do have the luxury to do what I was hoping to do, it's a little jumbled right now. Now, I do see that you can't see stocks right now, which is something that I can work on. I'm probably just going to end up doing it right now, because I don't want to not be able to see what's going on. that's that. So how far do we need to go in order to see this? Alright, we need to go to here. Okay. So, next. And finally, this one. Cool. Alright, so that should work. Yeah, everything looks good right now. Actually, one more thing. Boom. Gonna move this up. Cool. Alright, sorry for that. Sorry about all that nonsense. Now that we are back and I can actually pay attention, as soon as I'm able to pay attention, Sephiroth takes a 1-stock win over Donkey Kong. Now, one thing that's interesting, when I was getting this stuff set up earlier, I did a couple of these matches, and it just so happens that these guys went 2 for 2 earlier. So that is actually pretty interesting. And there is one more thing I was going to do here, but I'm going to bring it over to myself. And, oh, that was not what I wanted to do. Now, so what I plan on doing is to be able to go back and forth every once in a while. Doesn't mean that I'm going to go back and forth all of the time. There are some points where I'm going to have to be able to actually see what I'm doing, and until I can get a, let's count them, 1, 2, 3rd screen, I'm not going to be able to really see what I'm doing, because like right now the screen is pretty tiny, and so it's a miracle at all that I am actually finding the people that I need to find on here, and I'm just now realizing that I do not have the sound on for that, so for here, so we will fix that in a second. But now what should happen is I hit this button, then I hit this button, and then I hit this button. Nope. Ah, there it is. Dang it. We're learning, people. We're learning. This is Andrew's first run through. I would love to have been able to do all of this early on Twitch. Unfortunately, as I've said 1,000 times, the internet here stinks. Can blame Spectrum for any issues that we do have, which I will be doing a lot of doing, which is, complaining, because that's something that I enjoy doing. We've got Dark Sans. We've got Samus and Zero Suit Samus going up against Falco and Wolf. And now, one thing that I would love to do for this stream, if it's not too, hopefully not too distracting for everybody, is to just kind of do what I did a little while ago, which was just going into explaining how some of this stuff works. I'm not going to go into explaining how all of it works, because that would just take way too long, and would probably bore all of you. Well, maybe not all of you. Maybe like 90% of you would be bored. But one thing that I would like to explain a little bit is how we figure out who fights in these matches. Now, a lot of people have asked me why some of the people that they like have not gotten a whole lot of matches. And that's because they're not that great, unfortunately. Now, I'm taking a look at the match history right now. And for instance, Captain Falcon, since we started last year, he's fought 5 times and has won a single match. Now, how that happens is I have what I've been doing is everybody gets a fair shot in the first probably like 2 months, possibly even 3 months of starting. This is not a lightweight match, and the last match was not a lightweight match either. And I'm sad that I'm just now figuring that out, that was there. This is a tag team match, everybody. That last match was a heavyweight match. But no, so everybody gets equal opportunity, and unfortunately, just based off of last year's metrics, Captain Falcon had not gotten that, got kind of lost in the shuffle. So, and had not gotten his opportunity yet in the first couple months of running UTW. So unfortunately, somebody that got lost in the shuffle, and it's not my problem. Let's go on to Wario. Another great story with him. Has not won a singular match, and I might add that he is, we're going to put in this quotation marks, so bad that he's only had 2 singles matches. All of the other matches he's been in have been multi-man matches, and usually what that entails is implies is the fact that they are not good enough to warrant them getting a singles match. And what I will do sometimes is I will give some of the people at the bottom of the roster an opportunity to fight, and because we do not have the amount of space available to do a bunch of one-on-ones, I will put 4 of them in one match together instead of 2 singles matches. Another one is Ike has never won a match. You would think that this is a lot of heavyweights, but that's not the way that I'm looking at my forms right now. So don't worry about that. Dark Samus, why do I keep saying Dark Samus? Samus and Zero Suit Samus picking up the victories here. 1 stock apiece to, holy crap, Wolf going down a -3. That is going to really sting them a little bit, and a +1 for Falco. That is rough, ladies and gentlemen. Now, when the screen goes black, that is when we're going to pop over here, hello, and get this going again. Hello. So next we have Corin and Iggy in the middleweight division. One thing that I would love to be able to do is have a prompt, just like maybe like right there, right here. Oh, alarm went off. Whoops. One thing that I would love to do is to be able to say, look up at eye level and tell you that the next match is Corin versus Iggy, because it makes it look a little more professional than me just looking off to the side. Where was Zero Suit at? Here she is. Sorry if I'm coughing or anything like that. I'm trying to get over sore throat. Iggy. I actually got it right. Alright, so this goes to black. This screen goes to black. This screen goes to black. And bye. We go back over here. This pops up. And alright, so what's gonna happen is what the heck? Why is the sound not working? I'm just gonna turn this off. I'll figure out some sort of transition. This thing is what I'm talking about. Turning off. Boom. I might have to edit it and make it shorter, but for some reason, this is not the sound is not wanting to work, going back and forth between prompts. So that's a little annoying, but we'll make it work. We got two pretty massive middleweight contenders. Dang it, I keep forgetting to do that. Iggy was the very first champion, second longest reign after Cloud, and Corin has gotten herself quite a bit of clout in the middleweight division. A lot of number one contendership matches, a lot of championship matches. Unfortunately, has not been able to get it done. And it's interesting that I bring up the he/her thing with Corin, because I set the precedent with female-male Wii Fit trainers. There is a potential for Corin to, and who's the other one? There's another one. Anyways, Corin to be able to split between male and female. Now, that is not something that I'm all too keen on doing, only because there is not really that big of a aesthetic difference between the two of them as there is with male and female Wii Fit trainers. And then one other one that I completely missed out on, and would have done a couple months ago if we weren't on hiatus, was Alf. And because I completely forgot that he is an official character name, kind of like Iggy and Wendy and those guys with Bowser Jr., look forward to seeing the tag team of Olimar and Alf, in the season 3 of EnCWrestling, which is something that I personally am very excited for. Obviously, Alf would also be in the lightweight division, but Olimar and him would definitely be making a pretty cool team. And with that, Iggy has been taken out by Corin, and we will be moving on to our next match. Now, this goes to black. I come back over here, right? Yes, cool. Now, that's the issue. That is the issue that I'm looking at right now. For some stupid reason, it wants to leave it blank until I screw around with it. Now, that's not something that I am looking forward to doing 100 times a night or a day. So we will have to look into that. Now, the music over here is going to be quieter because this is kind of my area over here. Next, we have Zombie versus Little Mac. Lightweight division. This is driving me crazy. I gotta bring this over. Very official this channel is. Trying to keep it light. I'm trying to keep it on the positive side, just because, you know, we're in our first show back after nearly 7 months. As long as just nothing catastrophic happens, I don't light on fire during the stream, I'm gonna count anything as a win at this point. Where is he? Come on. Oh, there he was. Versus Little Mac. Where's his gloves at? There's his gloves. I need to have like a poster with all of them, like right above here, so that I can like look up on this massive thing, see where they're at, and then go from there. So this turns to black. We shoot on over here for some stupid stinking, excuse me, some stupid stinking reason. Cannot get this thing to work. Driving me absolutely crazy. What is going on? That was funny. This one, the ENC Weekly thing, is something that my brother and I were working on. I'm going to remove this. Very official. We are here. Come on, man. Come on. Come on. None of those other matches were tournament matches. I just realized that I had that up there. And this is a lightweight match. Everything's going to get better, guys. I promise. Everything. It's all going to get better. I promise. I should not promise. This is all. It's going to be terrible forever. We know this. Andrew does not have the expertise skills to be able to do this on his own. Andrew barely is able to keep the lights on in his own house, technically speaking. Now, one thing to keep an eye on is I'm hoping to start the top 10 lists every week on social media, which I know that I've talked about in the past getting more into social media, and it's never happened, only because I do have other jobs, and yes, that is plural jobs. This is something that I would love to have be my job, period, but it's not going to happen right now. So I do not have the luxury of popping on here and having the notoriety and all that kind of stuff to immediately be like, yeah, this is going to be my job. So hopefully in the future this can become my job, so that I do have the capacity, the capability to be able to say, okay, I'm going to need help with making this look better. I'm going to need help with social media stuff, you know, and graphics and all that kind of stuff, because I'm barely holding myself afloat with in the graphics department here. But anyways, so yeah, so look forward to literally anything coming out, because I am. But right now, Zombie is looking pretty fine right now in this match, up 1 stock to 2, up against a pretty. Wait, no, just kidding. I'm looking at the wrong one. Little Mac is looking good, but this is pretty winnable for Zombie right now. One thing that I 100% would love to be able to get is some sort of actual commentary, because I am horrendous at it. At least I personally think I am, which is why I don't prefer to do a whole lot of it when I'm streaming with you guys. So you'll notice that I do way more talking about other stuff during the matches than I do about this, which if people just want to see this and not hear my voice, I totally understand, and I would love to hear anybody's opinion on it. Oh, dang it, I keep taking myself out instead of this thing. We're going to figure it out, guys. It's going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's going to suck forever. But yeah, I'm just not good. I've tried getting people on here that know 1,000% more things than I do when it comes to this. They do not have the motivation to do it, unfortunately, and so I'm left sitting here looking like an idiot for you guys, trying to just hold myself afloat. Now, open weight division. We got two really, really good. This is gonna drive me up the freaking wall. We have two really, really good middleweights going at it right now in the open weight division. Now, Lucario is interesting because I've considered putting him up against some heavyweights to just see how he would fare against the heavyweights, because he is somebody that the higher percent he gets, the stronger power he has. But let's move over to Lucario and see how many times he's faced heavyweights and either won or lost. So just from doing a quick scan here, he's only faced one heavyweight one-on-one, and that was King DDD, and King DDD won. So there is all sorts of opportunity, especially in like the open weight division tournament, which is going to be just massive, for him to be able to come in and try to stake a claim. Now, the middleweight division tournament would be coming up after the heavyweight division tournament is done, which the heavyweight division tournament will be officially done, I believe, the end of May. Yes, May 30th at Key to Victory. We will be having the heavyweight division is gonna be massive at Key to Victory. Not only are we gonna be getting all of the I should say the three main, quote unquote, main divisions, lightweight, middleweight, and heavyweight. They are all going to be getting Key to Victory matches, which, if anybody is unfamiliar with that premise, I will probably most likely be hyping up that match, those matches, that match type, until the pay-per-view, which I just really hope that I can get the internet to work so that I can at least do the pay-per-views live. Key to Victory matches are the 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th. The 11th through the 18th ranked competitors battle it out for a number one contendership match. And that is going to be pretty massive. And one of the reasons why it's going to be really big is the middleweight division I'll get to the heavyweights in a second. Middleweight division championship at the June pay-per-view is going to be the number one, quote unquote, number one contender versus the winner of the tournament versus the Key to Victory winner versus the current champion. So that is just going to be a massive, massive, massive fatal four-way match. And Joker completely misses the stage, takes himself out, and Lucario picks up another great win. Now, while we're sitting here, Lucario... Oh, where is it at? Where'd it go? Oh, this is open weight. Lucario and Joker are both kind of right outside the top 10. So I can see Lucario definitely getting into the top 10 from this match here. So let's pop on back over here And see, one thing that I'm figuring out is if I take this camera off and go to wrestling and pop it on, it immediately comes on. Pop this one off, come over here, turn this one on, immediately comes on. So hopefully that will help things. Now, next we have Dark Samus versus Simon. I'm pretty certain that is one of the reasons why I kept messing up with Dark Samus versus Samus is because I keep seeing Dark Samus on here versus Simon. Let's find Simon, shall we? This is a tournament match. So what we will do is we will press play or fight on there, get rid of that, come over here, put it back on, turn this on, turn this off, turn that on. I'm curious if I could, this would just be insane, if I could make a personalized screen for each division, which would just be huge. Come on, man. Over. Good enough. Alright. Now, what I was going to say earlier is that, or a second ago, this is the final match in the first round. And Sephiroth, just a minute ago, moved on to the second round, and he will go up against Captain Falcon. Now, what's interesting is that what I forgot is that that match history I was talking about earlier is only from Season 1. So, Captain Falcon has definitely gotten more matches. I just forgot because I'm an idiot. So, Captain Falcon beat Bowser in the first round. Whoever wins this match that's going on right now will take on Dr. Mario, who beat Ryu. Later on, it's going to be Byleth and Ike. Byleth got a bye in the first round. Ike beat Mega Man. Terry and Chrome. Terry obviously got the bye, and Chrome beat Banjo and Kazooie. Now, Dark Samus just kicked the holy crap out of Simon. 2-0, which is going to have him sitting pretty in the next round. Sorry, I'm just doing a little housekeeping. Alright, so turn this off, turn this on, turn this on. Alright. It's too much to say that it's fine, you know, like it, because every time that we have a new match, I have to turn off, switch over here, turn on, and then when I want to go back over, it's turn off, switch over, turn on, tournament, non-tournament, championship, non-championship, heavyweight, lightweight, middleweight, openweight, tag team. So it's just like, whoa. Whoa. So hopefully we can speak to somebody who knows what the heck is going on, so I can learn a little bit from them. I have put in requests to talk to people before, and unfortunately not a whole lot of people care to share their knowledge, because this is a competitive field. So let's just hope that at some point in the future I can get somebody that's a little bit better at this than I am to help me out. Now, like I said, non-tournament, non-heavyweight. This is a tag team match. way too much to be trying to do. You know, it's just too much. So at some point, I'm gonna have to figure out how to fix it all. So what I was talking about with Key to Victory is that the heavyweight division is going to be massive. You've got the heavyweight Key to Victory match. You've got the end of the tournament. You've got the tournament finals are going to be happening on that pay-per-view. And you also have a championship match on that pay-per-view. Now, that is a pretty stacked card for just the heavyweights. The heavyweight champion right now is two-time champion Terry, who just won at Triple Trek in March. At Triple Trek. I already said that. Now, Terry held the title from Fright Night till Deck the Halls, which I've been thinking about changing the name of that to Smash the Halls, but I don't know if that's going to be too cheesy. Plus, I already have Super Ultimania, which is based on the title of Super Smash Bros. So I'm not really sure what I want to do with that yet. But I do really enjoy the Deck the Halls title. It's kind of cheesy, but I enjoy a little bit of cheese, and I know that a lot of Smash competitors enjoy a little bit of cheese too. Anyways, he had it for about 2 months, 63 days. Now, Byleth held it for 91 days, which is tied, ironically, for the #1 longest reign. King K. Rool, in his second reign, held it for 91 days as well. Now, chronologically, today is the 6th of May. So, when I'm talking about a lot of this stuff, it is going to be in the context of what is happening at that specific time 7 months ago. Now, I don't know if that's going to be too confusing for everybody or not, so every once in a while I am going to be reminding people that we are going back in time right now to a different point in time. The heavyweight and middleweight just got taken out by one of the worst teams that we have going right now, and also just so happens to be two lightweights. Pretty convincingly, a -1, -2 to Ryu and Ken, and a 0 +2 to Young Link and Toon Link. Oh, that's a negative, not positive. Now, the way that SDs work is obviously it's not gonna be ignored that you took yourself out, so it's gonna act as a fall, whether you're the one that gets taken out, or like if you take yourself out or not, you know. So, yeah, so that's a thing. Hello. Sorry, I'm a little thrown right now. Give me a second. I was looking. The reason I was getting all crazy was because I was looking to see what happened at Super Ultimania, because where is the heavyweight championship match? Heavyweight championship. Alright, at Super Ultimania, Terry retained the belt against DDD, Ganon, and Piranha Plant. Now, what's interesting is that Piranha Plant has been in the title picture for a little while now, and that just goes to show you that you literally can't sleep on anybody in any division. Sorry for that big click. I saw the meter spike when I went like this. Now that we are getting back into the groove here, into the swing of things, we got Shulk versus Min Min. This is the problem with being sideways here. Come on, where are you? Over here? Oh, right next door. Shulk versus Min Min. Somebody that's a bit versus somebody that nobody likes. Alright. This is driving me crazy. This is driving me up the wall. Tag team match, no more. Middleweight match. Oh, yeah. Wondering how many of these I can get out today still, because that would be nice. To get more than one is what I was about to say before I didn't say it. And with Key to Victory coming up, it's pretty crucial for anybody that is in the top 10 to get to that number one contender spot, which is the number one contender spot. I'm losing my mind again, everybody. The issue with being in the top 10 and not being number one contender is that it really doesn't matter if you are in the top 10. The whole reason why we have these 4, possibly 5 shows before pay-per-view is so that you get the opportunity to get yourself to the number one contendership, which gets you to the championship. Now, Corin is one of those people that has unfortunately not been able to get the win on several occasions, despite being good enough to get himself to the number one contendership month after month after month. And there are people in that top 10 that have been here, that have been in the top 10 since the beginning, but have just not been able to scratch the surface, to not break through the surface and get to that number one contendership spot. Now, the Key to Victory match, 11 through 18. Nobody in the top 10 makes it to that match. That is why it's called Key to Victory. It is paramount that if you want to be getting yourself further in your division, you have to get into the top 10. And one of the reasons why the top 10 is pretty important during the month leading up to the pay-per-view is very good showing for Shulk there. Is that if you are tied with somebody in the top 10, you will be getting a match. And the whole reason we even have these matches to begin with is to progress further throughout the week and get people into the number one contendership. And the way this works is that I have that top 10 list, and if you're in that top 10 and you're tied with somebody, or you're one in front or one behind somebody, you're going to be getting a match that following week, or that coming week. So, for example, we have Diddy Kong and Dark Pit coming up, and Diddy Kong has 5. He's in the 10th slot. Dark Pit is in the 11th slot. So, if Dark Pit wins this match and takes Diddy Kong's space, and the rest of the month, Dark Pit stinks up a storm, or I wouldn't say stinks up a storm because then he would get knocked out of the top 10. If the two of them are dancing around 10th or 11th, if this was real life fighting, like if I was fighting somebody and I'm in the 10th spot, pay-per-view is this coming weekend, and the 11th through 18th spot are getting a shot at a number 1 contendership match, a championship match, that might be it. I'll have to go back and look at last year's Key to Victory, but I'm pretty positive I screwed that up. It's a number 1 contendership match that the person's getting, and not a championship match. So what might happen is the number 1 contender at the end of the month will face the Key to Victory winner in the first match of the next pay-per-view after Key to Victory, which would be the June pay-per-view. And if you give me 1 second, I will let you know which one that is. I think it's Authority Asylum. Guess who knows his product? Authority Asylum. I would almost consider throwing the match just to make sure that I got into the 11th through 18th group, because I'm not getting that number 1 contendership off of one match. That ain't gonna happen. So, gives it a very interesting dynamic, especially between like Dark Pit and Diddy Kong. Now, Zombie and Little Mac were tied, Zombie had 13, Little Mac had 12. Little Mac took out Zombie, so Zombie took a -1, and Little Mac took a +3, because Little Mac gets 2 points for the win, plus 1 point for the stock differential, which would put him at 15, I believe, and put Zombie at 12. So they would do a swap. That is what is up for grabs during the weeks coming up to a pay-per-view. I'm totally screwed right now because I can't see where anybody is. There he is. Diddy Kong versus Dark Pit is next. Now we're going to take this out, move over, turn this on, and get the middleweight out of there and put the lightweight up. Like I've said 1,000 times, way too much work going into a 3-second window. I'm going to try my best to make it more seamless. But, yeah. Just going to enjoy the matches. Enjoy these matches here tonight. What I'm hoping to do, now I can talk a little bit about scheduling with the 7 months of stuff, almost 7 months of stuff that we have to get through in the next month and a half. I will be recording as much as I can at one time, which would mean that like if I had time, I'd record this match, immediately get top 10 and numbers crunched, get all that data put in the system, and then immediately record the next one. Now, I can't just record one and then go into the next one, because the way this works is all of the data from the week before tells me who's fighting the next week. Now, I could potentially do a little bit of finagling and mock up 2 shows based on the previous week's data, which would just mean that, like, potentially you could be seeing a 2-week special where you get like maybe like first contender versus 10th contender, second versus 9th type of thing. So if we take that into effect tonight for middleweight division, we'll do lightweight division because that's what we're watching right now. Lightweight division, for example, would be Isabel versus Diddy Kong, Ness versus Yoshi, Alomar versus Gunner, Villager versus Little Mac, and then Steve versus Zombie. That is something that I'm going to be looking into because that would be pretty fun, I think. And the only issue with that is that everybody else in the division that isn't in the top 10 would not be getting a fair shot at being able to make it into the top 10 at that point. Now, is that my fault or their fault? You know, so that's kind of something that I have to look into. Diddy Kong getting his butt wiped by Dark Pit there. -2, +2. There's been a lot of pretty massive, like, just complete blowouts almost. Yeah, there's just been some pretty really lopsided matches tonight. That doesn't mean that none of them are good. It just means that pretty interesting. There's going to be a lot of shifting around. Sephiroth is now going to be in his second match of the night, going up against Enderman in the lightweight division. Now, what is interesting about this match in particular, not necessarily because Sephiroth is in it, but because Enderman is in it. Enderman is exactly like Corrin in that he has gotten himself a lot of opportunities in the open weight division. He has not been very good in the lightweight division, or middleweight division. He's in the middleweight division now. In the middleweight division. To be honest, he didn't even do very good in the lightweight division last year when he was in the lightweight division. So it's pretty interesting to see how somebody can be so good up against heavyweights, but like stink up a storm when it comes to facing people that are his weight or size. So we're gonna look out. We're gonna watch for Enderman. He was in the #1 contendership spot for a long time. Just kept getting beaten down by Ganondorf. I think it like two tournaments or two pay-per-views in a row, and then I believe like one pay-per-view since he has been the #1 contender. He's moved down to 4th behind Sephiroth. They are tied, but Sephiroth had a better score leading into that. But what usually what will happen is Enderman just got taken out by the stage. Usually what will happen is with Alomar and Villager and Steve are going to be fighting because they are all tied 17th in 3rd place right now. If what most likely happens is one of the 3 of them will end up with 15 points instead of 17, and then they would end up going up against Little Mac next week. And that's just a really small glimpse into the amount of data and all that kind of stuff I have to put into everything. Now, Sephiroth is one of those people that really just needed to come in, batter some people, and just take the whole league by storm almost, because he came in with such big hype. What's interesting though is that he did not. I believe he lost his first match to Piranha Plant. If I remember right, it was at the end of last year. Was it? Sorry for the sound delay. I'm looking for the match. I don't know. I'll look for it later. Anyways, I believe he lost to Piranha Plant in his very first match, if I'm not mistaken. There's a lot of people that were looking forward to Sephiroth coming in. Now, what's very interesting is that you see Kazuya and Sora on there, but you will not see either of them until their chronological day, their first day, excuse me, after release. So, for instance, Kazuya was released on June 29th, I believe. So he would be debuting on July, the very first United Wrestling event in July, and then October 18th is when Sora came out. So whatever that first week after the 18th would be, which would be the 21st of October, which would be the third week, the third UTW of October is when we will be seeing Sora coming in. And Sephiroth picking up the big victory over Enderman. Enderman, luckily enough for him, is only going to be losing 1 point off of this. Like I've been stating these last couple matches, a lot of these people are losing 2-0, so they or 2 to -2, however you want to say it. They're going down pretty far while their opponent is going up 4 points. Remember, it's the amount, the 2 points for the victory, plus another 2 points or 1 point, or even 3 points for the plus-minus score. So, yeah, like I keep saying, there's a lot of stuff at stake. And one thing that's interesting is that the champions do not fight at all during the month leading up to pay-per-view, unless they are in the tag team or openweight division. And obviously the openweight champion, which right now is Terry, it's Gannon. Terry's the heavyweight champion. Gannon would be only being able to fight in the heavyweight division because he's not in a tag team right now, or I don't think would ever be in a tag team. We will see. Sorry. Coming up next, we have K. Rool versus Bowser Jr. In the first match of the second round of the heavyweight division tournament, and we shall see if Bowser Jr. can continue his upset win streak. It's pretty safe to say that nobody expected Bowser Jr., at least in my eyes and in the polls, nobody expected Bowser Jr. to beat Snake. So Bowser Jr. definitely was a bracket buster when it came to that. I'm going to pull up the dashboard here for the heavyweight tournament and just give you an idea of that match. it wasn't everybody that didn't trust Bowser Jr. There was one person that picked Bowser Jr. over Snake in that first match. Um, the multiple, especially if somebody's fighting 3 times, that's absolutely ridiculous. We did have Ness play in a pay per view like 5 times, and it was just too much. What had happened was I believe he was in a #1 contendership um, for the lightweight division championship that he won. So then he went into the championship match. He was the tag team champion at that point, so we had the tag team match. Plus, I recall there being 4 matches, but it might have only been 3. But still, that's way too much. Way too many. But yeah. So one thing that I'm hoping to be able to stick with and be able to do is that one of the reasons why I had to cut out some of that last match is all of that last match is because I did a little bit of naughty words, and I would love for this channel to be accessible and friendly to kids, because everybody knows that it's not just a bunch of dudes, playing Smash. And I would love for this to be seen by anybody and everybody. So that's one of the reasons why I had to cut out some of the last match. But anyways, so we're gonna move on from that, Andrew. We're gonna move on from it, and keep going. We've got Peach and Falco right now, going at it. They were tied right outside the top 10, and outside the top 10 heavy tonight. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 matches outside the top 10, plus anybody from the heavyweight tournament that is not in the top 10 currently playing tonight. I was hoping to get this recorded so that I would at least have something to show during what should have been the live show on Twitch. Unfortunately, I don't think that's going to happen. I only got 14 minutes left, and I've got a full lineup of matches plus 2 more after this one to get through. Lineup meaning a heavyweight, middleweight, lightweight, openweight tag team match. I really sincerely hope that everybody is able to hear the Smash Bros happening right now, because then it would literally just be me talking to myself and then a bunch of nothing. So hopefully y'all are able to hear the sound for everything. And obviously that's something that I can critique once I listen to this live. Man, Peach is taking a beating, but staying in it up until the end. Peach getting taken out by Falco. Falco in a pretty decent spot to be able to crack the top 10 for the first time in a while, I think. He's been in the top 10. But next, we have the first of two lightweight division triple threats. Lemmy, Duck Hunt, and Mr. Game & Watch is what we've got going up next. Let me bring it back over here. There. Bring it back over here for this. Lemmy, Duck Hunt, and Mr. Game & Watch. We're very professional here. There he is. Now, Mr. Game & Watch, first champion in the lightweight division. Excuse me. And was looking real good for a long time in that first season. Unfortunately, as soon as Larry beat him for the lightweight division championship, he just went on the down track really bad. Yeah, he only held the title for 35 days. Inaugural champion, but unfortunately has not done a whole lot since then. So we just hope that he's able to get a victory in this match and just move a little closer to get him back to the glory days, as it were. Game & Watch holding in there, trying to get the other two to either fight each other or to get to a higher percent in general, so that he can looks like he might be heading out pretty soon. Actually, doesn't look like he's going anywhere. He's looking pretty good. Takes out Lemmy. Duck Hunt takes out Game & Watch. Now Lemmy and Game & Watch need to take out Duck Hunt, and they do, or they weren't going to have a chance with him still on two stocks. So everybody's at pretty level playing field right now. We'll see how this turns out. Now I don't know if anybody has noticed the scroll at the bottom. I did mention it a little bit earlier, but you got all of the information for where to search for the Patreon page. You got the Instagram page, YouTube, Twitch, Reddit. All of that stuff is live and running. If you're interested at all in subscribing, I would love for anybody to subscribe, follow, all of that stuff. Trying to get more eyes on the channel, and with that, Duck Hunt takes out Mr. Game & Watch. And Lemmy. Forgot Lemmy was in this. Like I've said 1,000 times, and I'll say it another 1,000 times after this, I am not great at commentating. So, I know it's pretty rough to be attempting to watch a match, and then you have my stupid self just kind of screwing around in the corner. We got EnCWrestling versus Wolf next, and then this is Wolf's second match of the night as well. So I would love to, if we do have people fighting twice in one night, I would love to get the minimum, get it down to the least amount of people we can with multiple matches, because it just gets a little old to have the same people fighting over and over again in one show. At least for me. But yeah, if you yourself are a fan of Smash and you've been looking into potentially getting on camera, or you know somebody that is really knowledgeable about this game and knows how to talk about it, please do not hesitate to contact me. My ego will not be defeated by having you telling me that somebody else needs to come in and do commentary, because I already know that I'm not great. I would love to be the guy that just sits here and talks about, tells you the statistics, tells you why this match is important. Color commentary is what I want to be. I desperately need and would love to have somebody else come in and be that person, guy or girl, be that person that knows the moves, the nair, and the cheese. Yeah, I was talking about cheese earlier. The nair and the deeks and the throws and the holds and all that kind of stuff. Like I know about all of it, but I don't know enough to be able to speak educatedly on it or talk about it like I know what I'm talking about. Very fitting that we are in the Smash boxing ring right now, considering EnCWrestling is fighting. It'd be really, really cool to do the pay-per-views all on this one stage, but I know that would be a little bit boring, because it'd be like, hey, look, bunch of people in the crowd, type of thing. But it's not that's not ever going to happen, because that would just get way too dull. And EnCWrestling, the heavyweight, getting taken out by Wolf, the middleweight. This is why I love the openweight division, because we get people like this. We get an EnCWrestling who is in the heavyweight division going up against a Wolf in the middleweight division, or a Fox in the lightweight division. And having them still have the shot to actually win, which I just think is really cool. Next, we have another tournament match. This is the top of the bracket. This is the top of the bracket. This is the tied for first. The longest reigning champion in heavyweight championship history. Not too long ago, just lost the belt. Would love to get herself back into contention. She's currently sitting at 8th place, which is not anywhere near where Byleth wants to be right now. But it's Byleth versus Ike. And Ike is, like we've discussed before, somebody that has not been doing great right now, and so he desperately wants this. Ike takes himself out there. Byleth not having to do a whole lot there. Now this is, excuse me, 2 Fire Emblem characters going at it right now, which is another interesting little tidbit in this tournament. Not something that I did on purpose. Keep distracting myself and being quiet for a second, and then remembering that I'm recording myself, so I should probably be speaking. Now, Ike is down 3-1 right now. Really desperately needs to get a 0 to death here on Byleth, which he's not going to do. Has to get at least 1 stock down on Byleth, because if Ike takes the 3-0 loss from Byleth, and even right now, if he gets taken out and goes down 2, it's not like Ike is ever going to be able to get himself back into the top 10. It's just something that is not going to be able to happen for him at this stage. So Ike, if anything, needs to get Byleth down a stock, and he's not going to do it because Byleth, one of the best in the heavyweight division. Byleth definitely doing her job right. Excuse me. Getting the job done and getting herself into the semifinals. Byleth is going to be going up against the winner of Ganon and Marth. Ganon beat Samus and Marth beat Morton. Morton, not Marth. Morton beat Ridley. The Koopalings doing a lot of damage to some of the just massive heady hitters when it comes to the heavyweight division in general. Next, we have just a huge, really important, massive tag team match. There's a reason why this is the final tag team match of the night. It is, if I can find him, Ness and Lucas, former champions. I'm all over the place tonight, guys. I apologize. But Ness and Lucas, former champions, going up against Cloud and Sephiroth, the classic pro wrestling duo of can they coexist, and they have proved to be a pretty deadly duo. These two. We'll move over to that match right now. Yeah, these 4 guys, massive competitors inside of the tag team division. Cloud and Sephiroth doing a fantastic job out of the bat. Cloud and Sephiroth already at 24 points on the season. Does not sound like a lot, but the highest ranked competitor in any division is Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong and King K. Rool, right? Yeah, Donkey Kong and K. Rool. They have 45 points, but usually that is because the tag team division, they get more points per match. not K. Rool, it's Banjo. Sorry, I'm literally not even a little bit close to having my head on straight right now. I have no idea what's going on, but it is Banjo and K. Rool who are on a team. Or Cheez-It Crust. Donkey Kong and Banjo are on a team together. They had Diddy Kong in their team, but kicked him out because he was not doing well. And K. Rool is a bad guy, so they ain't having him in there. Now, when I talk about the classic duo of can they coexist, all over pro wrestling, you will see, even today, there are tag teams where it is literally just two people who don't get along. The promotion will put them together and slap the "Can They Coexist" moniker on them. It's not necessarily a overly loved duo dynamic. It has been used a lot, but I believe if I look at everything, this is the only duo in ENC that is like that, which is why I love the duo so much, is because like there's nobody else like them in ENC specifically. Looks like they're doing pretty well right now. That if they can get Cloud out, then Ness and Lucas will have a pretty decent chance of getting back in this. They're gonna need to get Cloud out like right now, or at the very least take out Sephiroth before Ness gets taken out. But usually when I say something like that, Ness immediately is taken out. So we'll see what happens in the next minute 40. Now, this is where it gets dangerous. Lucas is at 87%, up against two guys. One of them has 2 stocks left. And as I'm saying it, it is the stage that is going to take out Lucas in the end, and the formidable duo of Cloud and Sephiroth continue to move up the ranks. Ness with 0, Lucas with a -3. Yikes. And then a +1, +2 to Cloud and Sephiroth. That is a massive 3-point drop to Ness and Lucas, and just so happens that there's somebody else 3 points below them. So look forward next week to the match of Zelda and Link against Ness and Lucas. Let's see if Ness and Lucas can get their win back. They're not going to be able to catch Cloud and Sephiroth after one match. Just not going to happen that way, because Cloud and Sephiroth just made up a lot of points. Now this next match, not a grudge match, in the classic one guy hates another guy duo or matchup, but we do have the brother duo of Mario and Luigi going up against each other. Now, where the grudge match part comes in, it's not just brothers going up against each other, but it was Mario, Yoshi, and Luigi on a team. Mario and Yoshi were doing great, but Luigi was dragging them down. So at the end of this last season, beginning of season 2, they kicked Luigi out. Now, since then, Luigi has gone on a tear. He's won some open weight matches. He's won some middleweight matches. Now, if you remember, in season 1, he did not win a single time. No tag team wins, no middleweight wins, no open weight wins, nothing. He starts this season, does great, takes out almost everybody that he faces, gets himself some pretty decent wins and in the top 10 a few times, but he's hit a little bit of a slump. And Mario has also not been doing a whole lot in the middleweight division. Not a whole lot in the openweight division either. You would think that because of that, him and Yoshi would be doing okay in the tag team division, but Mario's not doing great there either. So where in the world is Mario right now in all of this? The mascot for Super Smash Bros. And he ain't anywhere even close to the top 10 in open weight or tag, and he's if he loses this match, he's out of the top 10 in middleweight as well. So this is a massive match for Mario, and I would argue, despite the fact that Luigi has a lot to prove going up against his brother who kicked him out of a tag team, Mario, the one that kicked him out of the tag team, has more to prove in this match than Luigi does. Now, Luigi up 3, Luigi up 2, 3-1 right now. Luigi does have a high percent, but so does Mario. Are we going to see, by the end of this match, a 3-0 victory? I'm not certain that we're going to see that, because as soon as I say something like that, Luigi gets taken out, just like that. But if Mario goes down 2 points, I'm looking for the Falco Peach. Falco went up 3 points tonight. So there's all sorts of possibility that Mario goes out and Falco takes his place. Luigi goes up a little bit higher. Maybe he fights against Iggy or Corrin and just keeps making his way up. Can you imagine Corrin #1 contendership matches all throughout last year going up against Luigi, somebody who did not win a single match all last year? Absolutely insane to think that that could happen. Now, if it's interesting now, because if Mario and Yoshi do not do great next year, there's all sorts of possibility that Mario and Luigi could come back together. But who's to say that that Luigi would even want to give him the satisfaction? Now, there's all sorts of possibility that Mario could enlist the help of maybe Peach, maybe Bowser, maybe Piranha Plant. Can you imagine the classic friend and foe duo of Mario and Piranha Plant going together, Mario and Bowser going together? But the issue is, all those people have tag team partners right now. Peach is with Daisy, Bowser and Piranha Plant are together, and there is conveniently one person that I have not said yet, because here's the thing. Wario. What if Mario enlisted Wario to be a tag team next year? Now, here's the issue with that. Luigi doesn't have a tag team partner either right now. What if Luigi asks for the help of his brother Wario? Or cousin Wario. Might as well be brother. But that's all for another day. That match is over. Luigi goes up 2. Potential to be fighting Corrin. Goes up 4, actually. Potential to be fighting Corrin. Corrin might actually be dropping below Luigi at this point. Not going to be dropping below Falco, but we shall see. Next up, we have Olimar Villager and Steve. The 3 of them are tied for 3rd, as we discussed earlier. So this is definitely an interesting match. I can't find Olimar. There he is. Now it's interesting that Villager. It's interesting that any of these 3 are not in the top 2 or the champion at this point, and I'll explain why in a second. So, sorry, I had to step out for a second. So, why is this match interesting? Why is it interesting that these three are tied for third right now? All three of these guys, amazing year last year, and even for some of these guys, amazing year this year. Alamar, former champion. Villager, former champion. Steve, former number one contender for open weight and lightweight. Steve also is a excuse me, a former tag team champion. This is all to say, that these three, two of them lightweight champions, one of them tag team champion, otherwise saying all former champions, and they are not in the top two right now. They're also not the champion right now, which is just crazy to think, because Alamar held the championship 56 days, Villager 63 days. Alex, Steve's tag team partner and former tag team champion, is the current champion right now. You've got Isabel, who is the number one contender, also a former champion, former two-time lightweight champion, and former tag team champion. And then on top of all of that, you have Ness, who's in second place, right above Almar, Villager, and Steve, as a former tag team champion and a former lightweight champion. The lightweight top five, which is Isabel, Ness, Almar, Villager, and Steve, all of them former tag team champions, former lightweight champions. You've got Alex, former tag team champion, and you've got Zombie, who is in sixth right now, sixth place in the top 10 for lightweights. Fought earlier tonight, unfortunately lost earlier tonight. Former open weight champion, beat Ganondorf, and then Ganondorf beat him again, but beat Ganondorf of all people even before Enderman could beat him. The lightweight top 10 is stacked right now, and I am so excited to see what happens the rest of the season with these guys. Unfortunately, not unfortunately for Villager, Villager is going to stick around exactly where he's at with 17 points. Steve is going to go down 3, and Almar is going to go up 5. That's at 22 points. Ness is at 19 points. That's too big of a differential for me to warrant putting the two of them together in a match. So look forward in the future for the potential to see two former two former champions going up against each other. And if Villager can get himself back into title contention, Isabel's right up there. Isabel and Villager have already fought each other, faced each other for the lightweight championship. They were tag team champions, the lightweight champion and the number one contender for the lightweight champion, all at the same time. Whew. I'm going to take this opportunity to remind everybody that despite the fact that we're back and how excited I am to be back, I am not fully healthy. And there are going to be times where during a stream, which is one of the reasons why I made it so that there's this commentary stream between matches and then the actual match screen, because there's going to be points. There's going to be points where I'm going to have to, lay on the ground. I'm going to have to close my eyes for a second. There's going to be times where I'm going to have to turn off the sound and walk out of the room and use the restroom, which is what I just had to do during that match. Luckily for me, I'm feeling like crap at the last 2 matches, so luckily for me, I only have 2 matches left, and then I'm all good. So we're going to truck through these last 2 matches. Probably not going to hear a whole lot from me during those 2 matches. I'll get into some stuff at the end of those 2 matches, and then I'm going to let you guys go. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move it over to the main screen again, and just have that one going. Have that one going for the rest of the thing. There's only 2 matches left, so you will not see me at all until the end of the stream. So, without further ado, let's move over to that screen. Now, Ice Climbers versus Villager is a very interesting, holy moly, a very interesting matchup in the open weight division. Thought I was going to say lightweight division, didn't you? Nope. Open weight division for these two. And why is that interesting? Because they're both lightweights. Why is that even more interesting at that point? Because Zombie is 5th and Ice Climbers is 6th in the top 10 as 2 lightweights. You want to know who else is a lightweight and in the top 10? Ness is in 2nd. And then you have Enderman and Wolf as middleweights as well in the top 10 for open weights. Now, there were a lot of people that asked me why would I do an open weight division when the heavyweights are just going to kick the crap out of everybody. This is exactly why the open weight division is here. This is not the tag team division. Oh my gosh. Why the open weight division is here is because we right now have 2 lightweights. If one of them gets a massive win here, there's all sorts of possibility that we could have another lightweight matchup next week with Ness. It's probably not going to happen next week, but it's going to be happening soon. So, if you caught what I just said, though, explaining who's in this division, there are more lightweights in this division than there are middleweights. Now, how in the world is that possible? That's why I love this division. I don't just want to see lightweights having fun and upsetting the heavyweights, though. I want to be seeing lightweight versus lightweight, middleweight versus middleweight, heavyweight versus heavyweight. I also want to be able to see, like, Roy and Chrome are not in the same weight division. I want to be able to see those two go up against each other. Falco and Wolf are not in the I should say that they are in the same division. When Falco and Fox were a team, though, they were not in the same division. So the only time you were going to see those two face off against each other was in the open weight division. Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong? Are you kidding me? A heavyweight versus lightweight matchup, and it's Donkey Kong versus Diddy Kong. That's crazy. I would be more enthusiastic about it if I wasn't dying right now. So, with that being said, I'm going to turn off my mic so that I don't keep disgusting you people, and just let you guys enjoy these matches. So enjoy the matches. I'll be here at the end. Hi. Welcome back. Again, welcome back for a third time. So, to recap what I said at the top, we are back. I'm going to try my hardest to get all of this content out before January 2nd. It's going to be hard. It's going to be really difficult. As you can see right now, I'm like declining really bad. But what is going to keep me afloat, what's going to keep this afloat, is all of you. Loyalty, subscribing to the content. We've got a couple tiers over on Patreon. Nothing over $5 per month is on the Patreon. I'm not asking to take all of your money. I'm just asking for a little bit of support. If you can't support me financially, that's totally okay. Support me over on YouTube, over on Instagram, over on Twitter, Reddit. I believe I do have a Reddit. It's not very active right now, but it could be. Support, word of mouth, all of that is stuff that I am requesting from you. From the bottom of my heart, I do thank you to everyone who has been helping out so far. I'd love to thank my wife for supporting me through this journey right now and in the future. I ask for any well wishes telepathically, prayers, thoughts for my health right now. And yeah, so that's all I'm asking for is some support. And I would just like to thank you guys as well for sticking by me even while there was no content. So with that being said, I'm going to sign off. Thank you very much for being back for this May 6th edition of United Through Wrestling. It's not live, unfortunately. I wanted it to be live. Kind of glad now that it wasn't live because I am dying right now. But with that being said, I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much for riding along with me. Look out for the next couple episodes of EnCWrestling Presents, UTW. Hopefully we'll get back on schedule. Can't wait to see you guys next time. I will see you and catch you later.